My name's Lexi Renee. I was born in Brunswick, Georgia, and raised in Bluffton, South Carolina. My childhood was very interesting. At a young age, I lost my mother, and I came to live with my aunt, who was very influential to me and my path. Yes, I believe in magic. I always have. I can't remember a time in my life that I didn't believe in magic. I began thinking of myself as a witch when I was very young. Around 8 or 9 years old, I would go into the kitchen and gather the herbs and make what I thought were potions. I always knew that it was possible to have superpowers or to have magic. When I was 11 is when I was really sure that I was a witch. Witchcraft was in my family. My grandmother was a very sensitive woman, and interestingly enough, she was raised in a circus, and because of her childhood, she really rebelled against the craft and hated it. And I think that's understandable. It really skipped a generation, even though my aunts, my uncles, even my mother have dabbled in witchcraft. I'm the only person who has really taken it up and went somewhere with it. My family thinks that witchcraft is okay. My father doesn't know that I'm a witch. He doesn't know anything. And my aunt and my uncles have been very supportive of me choosing this path. I'm fortunate enough that most of my friends are witches, and I really don't have many friends that have issues with it, because if they had an issue with it, they wouldn't be my friend to begin with. Being a young adult and being a witch really does have an impact on my life. On both sides of the coin, in the witchcraft community and in the professional world, I always feel like I have to give double of what everyone else does. I have to be responsible and really give my all to everything. And on the professional side of things, when people hear that I'm a witch, I really have to make sure that I represent that very well. I am a first-degree priestess of the Correllian tradition, and I'm also a mentor of the Correllian tradition. And I really enjoy the Correllian tradition, and I've chosen it because it's focused on philosophy and really understanding what's behind the magic, and it's focused on deity as a whole. I decided to become part of this show because I immediately recognized the potential of it and representing the youth to the wider community and our potential and how we do have the ability to lead and grow and prosper. I really feel that me being the youngest witch is very significant, because being the youngest, I have the responsibility of showing that it doesn't matter how old you are, that you can still be responsible and love the craft and give it your everything. I'd just like to say that no matter who you are, we each have leadership ability, and what's important is toning this to be the best person you can be. And it doesn't matter if you're in high school, middle school. If you love the craft, you too can be a leader.
Light the sacred fires, hold your lover tight. Welcome now the spirits of old Samhain night. Light the sacred fires, hold your lover tight. Welcome now the spirits of old Samhain night. The veil between the other world and a plane of mortal thins to welcome the ancient ones. The earth becomes their portal. Let not your heart be heavy, let not your head be light. Keep aware and quench your fears on the Samhain night. Jack-o'-lantern circle to protect you from your fears as we celebrate the harvest and the Celtic New Year. Come with me into the woods, deep in a sacred grove, and dance with me for life and love as the elements unfold. Light the sacred fires, hold your lover tight. Welcome now the spirits of old Samhain night.
No such thing as witches?
No such thing. Heck yeah.
No such thing?
In Denver.
You want to meet some real witches?
I already have. Look at me.
Halloween and candy. My favorite part is handing out the little magic to everyone.
Yes.
That is what we are excited. We're excited about Samhain.
I'm loving it. Only in Salem would any of this happen. I'm excited about the music after this parade, man.
The parade is awesome. I'm liking it.
You know, I really today in the parade, I really saw the importance for our project. There's no pagan youth here in Salem, and that's kind of alarming because, you know, where's our future? You know, we have the Cabots, we have the Witches Education League, and we have all of this, and that's great, but where's our future?
Hi there, and today we are here with author of The Night Circus, Erin Morgenstern. And we're going to talk to her about a couple of things. The first question for you is, how has Salem and living in Salem influenced you in your writing?
I think Salem's sort of that kind of place where like the magic is kind of always right bubbling on the surface.
Do you believe in magic?
Yes, people ask me this question all the time, and I always say yes because I think a belief in magic is inherently a belief that extraordinary things are possible. For me, I certainly believe.
Other than your magical words, would you say that you have any magical powers?
Oh no, but I wish I did. Sometimes I'm like vaguely clairvoyant, like I have like that sort of psychic feeling about things sometimes, but there's nothing I can really rely on.
Well, thank you for all of your time,
You're very welcome.
and have a great day, everybody.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, Miss Ashtray.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, Madame.
Hello. Welcome. So wonderful to have you all here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Therese Pendragon. I'm a native witch of Salem, Massachusetts. In other words, born and raised. And I'm here to talk to you.
So, Therese, what does it mean to be a native-born witch of Salem?
Well, it means a variety and a myriad of many things. I'm very proud to be from Salem. Despite the dark history of witchcraft in Salem, it's become the mecca of witchcraft for people to come from all over the world. And what it means to me to be a native-born witch is the fact that I can be a lot more freer about wearing my jewels, my pentacle, and my clothing as a witch, and I can be free to pursue my belief systems.
So, can anybody be a witch?
If one is willing to learn and seek knowledge about it, yes, anyone can become a witch.
So, what was it like for you to be a young witch in Salem?
I found it to be stressful if I spoke about it because of the conservatism in New England. Even in Salem, even though the witch trials, it has a very dark history, and I practiced a lot of my own secretively, and I didn't announce it to people because I knew better, because I knew that people would get the wrong idea through fear, and this has been an ongoing thing growing up as a young witch here in Salem.
So, what is the relationship between the psychic arts and witchcraft?
Well, it's a matter of knowledge. It's a lot part of learning the magical arts. It's part of that. It's learning about one's abilities, where one is weak, where one is strong, and how to use it for the good of all, and to bring out what is best in the individual.
So what advice would you give to a young witch going forward on her path?
Keep learning all you can. Get all the knowledge that is available to the universe, and it's infinite, and become the perpetual student. Even myself, I feel that I'm a student still. For the more I learn, the more I find I really know nothing, seemingly, because there is so much knowledge out there.
Thank you, Therese.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to be here with you.
Namaste.
Thank you, Therese. You're a great teacher.
Thank you.
Namaste, Madame.
One of the first things I want to show you guys is something that you can do, is something that for me is such a wonderful focus point. It involves just a piece of paper. Really, generally, once you see the symbolism, you'll see that it can be used in a myriad of ways. You can literally make that negativity disappear, and then you release it. And it's just, this is something that you guys can use in your rituals. Go ahead, go for it.
Yes.
There you are. And there you go. And there you go.
I enjoyed the fire trick. It was very surprising.
Shit!
I found it would be very good in ritual of cleansing and releasing of old habits, or getting rid of anything that you really don't want in your life.
Once you're trained with it well enough, you can literally make that negativity disappear.
My favorite part was playing with fire. I usually don't do that because I have a tendency of hurting myself.
Don't actually hurt yourself. Also, something I have learned in the past is do not actually hurt yourself while doing this.
Previous injuries mixed with new ones.
Yeah, hey.
Right on.
Apparently, if it's not a day where we can't hurt Lexi, it's not a day that we can call for shooting. So.
I know, right? For someone else. I don't know what's more dangerous, giving Lexi fire to play with or his shoelace. So it was pretty cool to be in a semi-controlled environment.
And I don't know, you seem to hurt yourself more with the shoelace.
I don't think that I had really a least favorite part about the fire trick. It was enjoyable, and I think Daniel Greene does a great job with what he does, and he's a pretty good teacher. The first trick he taught me was the Buddha papers, and I'm not going to give away my secret.
Folding.
But it would be great use in ritual of showing that you can take a penny and multiply it. So it's really good for prosperity rituals or increasing rituals.
Now you can use whatever story you want with this. It's all misdirection. But if it means something, if you're saying something and it means something, then that is how it's used in ceremonial magic. That is why it's okay. That is why this is not a magic trick in ceremonial magic. It is symbolism, because it means something to you.
My favorite part of the Buddha papers would have to be when I screwed up, because I found a little humor in that.
So then you take that, you put it in the next piece. There you go. And then you just take that and you fold it into the next piece. However it will fold, I have no idea. Again, not exactly like that. Way.
A couple of trial runs before.
A little bit of practice. I would say put some practice time into it and you'll be fine doing that. So.
I really need to practice with the trick because as I tried redoing it, like Daniel Greene did, I found it was a little harder than I thought it would be. Do a little practice before you try and do it.
Exactly. Always practice before you do any magic publicly. With a C or with a K?
The preparation, the Buddha papers does take a little preparation to get it ready to actually perform. So it's something that I'd have to prepare before a ritual and before my guest arrived.
This is just a mock-up. This is I just made this just now with cutting a bunch of pieces of computer paper.
My second trick was taking a shoelace and having a ring appear on the shoelace. And you can use this to show something coming from your body.
Different religions, different aspects of even within Wicca talk about the concept of being able to pull from oneself using black string.
Something that's meaningful that can come out of your body.
It's actually a piece of the Blarney Stone from Ireland, and it was a gift from a friend of mine who went there. It's become one of my fetish items. And when you have these little items, they can mean so much, you know, it means so much to me personally that it has a power to it. And I have no problem passing out to people. I cleanse it all the time, so I don't have an issue with it.
And that's a really good for a ritual in showing the importance of a fetish.
Forming familiar items, forming totems, or forming fetishes, as the case may be. And not fetishes in the sake of fetishes. I guess you guys already know about the idea of what a fetish is. That's not a fetish? Yes, okay. Because that you gotta form on your own time.
Or the importance of an object to you and how you can bring it forth from yourself. So I think that is something that I would come to use in the future. My favorite part of the ring trick was practicing making it look like I'm bringing the ring out of my neck and making it look like it's coming out of my neck and out of my body. And of course I messed up on that and ended up hitting my jaw. But I guess it happens. I don't really have a part of that trick that I don't like. I think it's really great and it would be great for street performing, and I can't wait to try it out.
So Lexi, how did your first professional reading go?
Well, I enjoyed it. I was lucky enough to have a wonderful person to read. I wasn't nervous at all. I was quite confident in what I was doing, and I just let the energy flow and it came natural. And I think that's the best thing you can do for a reading.
Were there any parts of this specific reading that stood out to you?
The fact that I mixed tarot and clairvoyance together, and some parts it was much stronger on some subjects, and the cards and the clairvoyance really help.
Could you explain a little more to us about how you do that, using the clairvoyance when you read the cards?
I use clairvoyance by, I'll have visions or see things around a person, and from that I'll interpret what they mean. And any symbolism that comes through, I just add it along.
Do you have any advice for any young witches who'd like to learn more about clairvoyance?
Meditate. Meditation is probably the best way to let this energy flow through you. It's hard at first. You second guess it, thinking it's just your imagination. But the more you do it, the more you'll find that you're finding things that's impossible for you to know otherwise. So meditate and focus on a candle flame or on a crystal ball. Anything that can become a focus point to you can really help you.
Have a great day, ladies.
You too.
All right.
Hi ladies, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, can I help you guys?
I'm interested in a tour.
Let's go to a tour. Excellent. Alright, Jimmy, we're coming out.
Obi! Da!
Yeah, that was a little startle.
Yeah, it's the hardest part of the tour.
Yay, the hardest part is
The tour was really fun. I really enjoyed actually getting to hear about Salem. Since I've been here, I really haven't had the chance to get out and know what Salem is all about. Unfortunately, I'm a little sore from crashing, so I did not get to walk around and see everything. But I'm determined to finish the Segway tour. And so that was really fun. Crashing was fun. I've never been on a Segway. I've got to watch out for parked cars.
Yeah?
And pedestrians. I might be the one falling today.
I'm excited. I'll let them do the falling.
I told damn, I must be psychic. I told you I'd be the one to crash. But it's all fine and dandy. And my name's on the wall of shame.
Alright, so 0 goes in the box, and then your name, and if you want to write the Young Witches.
Do you want somebody to spot you on that? See, I'm not the mean one. Just one mean one.
Forever immortalized until someone erases it.
Hey Tracy. So, you liking this Segway thing?
Yeah.
How do you feel the girls are doing?
They're doing very well.
How do you think that this is going to be affecting their witchcraft? Do you think this is going to be doing something positive for them?
Well, it'll boost their self-confidence and help them with their balance, both literally and figuratively.
My favorite part of the tour was crashing.
Don't stand up, just have a seat on the curb.
Yeah, she hit her head pretty hard. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you
I
sure?
hit right there.
Yeah, but you still hit your
Before you
head.
say you're okay, I've had a concussion.
No blood.
You're fine. Just
Table jump right on.
So, yeah, I leaned too far back while going over the cobble.
Ouch. Ouch.
Okay, have a seat. I don't want
The Segway keeps going. The Segway just kept on hitting my legs and I was like, damn it. Yeah, cobblestone me. Don't get along.
You're in the cobblestones.
Yes, I know. I'm taking my life into my own hands.
I'm a little bruised.
Yeah, she's got bruises. She's gonna have bruises.
So, I got a nice one right there. I got a great one over here. In front of the ice cream shop, so after we get done with this, I am going to go get me some Rocky Road. Can I get ice cream?
We'll get you ice cream. We'll get you ice cream after.
You probably couldn't eat ice cream and drive the Segway if you can't not eat ice cream and drive.
I definitely like the memorial.
You know, the victims that were here, they weren't buried anywhere, and up until 1992, there was no place to come and sort of honor their memory and what happened here. And so I like to have our visitors come here and kind of acknowledge the story that occurred here in 1692. Gives them a chance to sort of reflect on what had happened. And what it is 20 benches, 10 on each side, and it begins here on my right, your left. Actually engraved on the top of that bench is Richard Bishop hanged June 10th, 1692. And then it goes in chronological order, all the way to our last hangings of September 22nd of 1692, all of whom say hanged, with the exception of one, a guy Giles Corey, who's just 2 down from the top right over there, and his says Giles Corey, pressed to death, September 19th, 1692.
I don't know. I guess it just makes me want to fight harder, you know, get more involved to show people that intolerance is intolerance, whether it's religious or justified by religion, or even just justified by concern. And the only way to really fight it is through education, through outreach, through teaching people and being an example yourself. So I guess the good news is there is something we can do about it.
though sometimes it does seem kind of hopeless.
Yeah.
So, earlier we were talking about how the segways were going to help the young ladies with their balance. Do you think this is a lesson that Lexi has learned?
Possibly. At the very least, she'll need to learn to slow down a little bit to maintain her balance.
That's good. Is there any other lessons you could see being learned?
Staying at least 3 feet behind her at all times so she doesn't take me out in the process.
Your assignment for today is to find and connect with what you feel is the heart of Salem, that part of the city that most embodies the energy of Salem for you and with which you feel most able to connect, and to connect with the spirit of Salem in that place. I wish you much luck with this.
Tracks are very symbolic. They always have been. You'll hear stories of people meeting at the tracks, meeting at the crossroads, and things like that. And it's a way of transportation, not just for humans. I think tracks also overlap ley lines, and where spirits also walk. And in this particular place, many people come from all over to visit Salem and to come into the spirit of Salem. And I think here is where a lot begins. And it's got a wonderful feel to it. I think this is the heart of Salem because I like the energy here, and this is also where my aunt got off the tracks to visit Salem, and it's just where a lot of people go from work all the way from Boston into the city and out of the city. I can't really put it into words. I like the feel. Spirit of Salem. I walk your tracks. I walk here to be in better communication with you. To feel your energy more clearly. To understand you as a whole and for what you are. And how I can better walk in alignment with you. And be at peace. Allow me to be more in tune with you than I ever have been. Allow me to know your desires, what you need, and what you wish to accomplish. That I may better aid you. May there be peace between us always. I've been away from home for a long time, and I've been feeling homesick. And standing here, I don't. Standing here, home has come to me. In a way that's very hard to explain, but I'm where I need to be and where I belong. And the spirit of Salem itself, it's comforting. And it's letting me know that I'm at peace, that I'm where I should be, and that I'm in line with what I need to do and where I need to be. Here, I'm not missing my family. My family's with me. I guess that's as good as I can explain it. I feel at one with everything around me. Like I'm on the right track. Well, today I went out to the railroad tracks to find the heart of the spirit of Salem. Most spirits appear very young to me to better communicate with me. I find when spirits talk to me more and are very audio oriented, their dress is very less dramatic, and they're very plain looking. Spirits that really don't talk as much, I find to have a very stronger presence in clothing and the way they dress themselves. And spirits show to everyone in different ways. But as for the spirit of Salem, I found her to be a brunette woman in about her 30s, early 30s, in a plain white gownish type deal. Sometimes she was quiet while I was walking, and other times she just kept talking, and I understood a lot of what she was saying, but a lot of it I didn't. It was a lot of symbolism involved, and once I finally let go, trying to understand the symbolism, it was really easy to understand the energy and flow with the energy and receive messages. And that's how I really came to understand why I was led to the tracks, which ultimately I feel was a more personal relationship to the city for me. And knowing that I'm where I'm supposed to be and doing what I need to do.
I want to thank all of you guys for coming out tonight. Have you guys seen your episode yet?
Really well.
Thank you.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. What do you think of it?
I think it came out really well.
I think we're fucking hot.
I do too. How about you? What do you think?
I thought everybody did a really great job. It's pretty awesome. Sorry, Lexi. I loved it. I thought it was really great.
Basically, at this point, everybody's watching. We're getting across the country right now. People are downloading the show. We're getting an actual video. So basically, at this point in the game, I wanted to thank you guys for coming out. This is your party, and have you had a good time tonight?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do you have to tell America? And the world? I mean, 195. Do you know the Young Witches now has 102 countries who have visited it?
No way.
Wow. I can show you in 2 seconds. There's 102 countries that have said that.
Hey, 102 countries. Welcome to Salem.
Woo! Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about you guys. You guys are a different type of class. So you're a different type of thing.
We're classy.
Yeah, classy.
Yeah. We're not the Jersey Shore.
You're not your Jersey Shore.
This is not your Jersey Shore witchcraft.
No. Over the next 31 days, and 30 days from now, what America wants to know from you guys: are there such things as witches? Do you believe in witches?
Believe.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Believe.
Believe.
So we had to change believe. Do you believe to believe? And in this process, Salem is the red line of Salem has been conjured up. The energy of Salem is called today for you guys, and you guys are all different people.
Are you real?
Am I real?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, well, you know that whole are witches real thing.
Oh yeah, witches are real.
That's a big, pretty deep question to ask, man.
Is this the real life?
So you guys, what do you guys think about it so far?
I'm having fun.
Good.
I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Had a good experience thus far.
Because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low.
And basically, are you guys ready for this adventure?
Heck yeah! Always.
America's following you guys. They want to know about you guys. And so, thank you for doing this. And this is your premiere night. Congratulations.
Woo! Woo!
Go out and enjoy yourselves.
We did it!
Thank you.
We're doing it. We're in the process of doing it.
Mama! Didn't mean to make you cry.
You know, I want people not to only think are witches real. I want them not to only know that witches are real, but to understand what witches are.
Yes, I can understand that. Yeah, I do too.
That's my list of priorities.
Good.
Witches are real, but also know what that means.
Hey, hey, and up she rises. Hey, hey, and up she rises. Hey, hey, and up she rises early in the morning.
Gramassi.
I'm Stephanie Taylor Gramassi.
I'm an author of about 14 books in print now. First started professionally being published back in the 90s, but before that, back in the 70s, I did a lot of self-published works, and basically known more for Wicca, witchcraft, and magical writings.
I really like the Gramassis today. I found them to be very nice people, and they knew a lot of information about witchcraft, but they're really down to earth and cool about it.
Well, what you're going to hear from us today, whether you ask the questions or not, of course, we are going to share with you our worldview, our enchanted worldview, because we consider ourselves old world witches. And we practice old world witchcraft, which I think you were talking to them about earlier.
What we mean by that is the rooted ways, the oldest tapping in roots that we have, which we feel are foundational and important because, you know, a tree survives only because the roots are nourished. Mm-hmm. You know, it gives new blossoms and new fruit, which are the new traditions and ways of viewing things. But unless the roots are kept alive and tended, the whole thing goes. So we sort of see ourselves as the root tenders of the craft.
My favorite thing that we did today would have had to have been going up and seeing their statue in their backyard of Diana and really getting to feel the energy of her and the realization that everything they were teaching us at that moment was absorbed into the land, into the energy of the atmosphere, and will remain there forever.
Shadow is the organic memory of the earth that is below us all. The teaching of shadow is that every living thing that's ever been on the earth died, was absorbed in the soil, so the memory is in the soil. And the minerals hold the memory of the plant, and we call the minerals the bones. So the bone memory is down in the shadow. And plants can pull that memory up and give it to you, so they can teach you about the ancestors. Plants in a particular site can teach you about what happened there. Like near an ancient temple, that plant can teach you about what that temple was like before it was in ruins. They can teach you about the ceremonies that were done there. So it's a way of retrieving knowledge up through the organic memory of the earth. That's one of the old teachings of the craft and why plants are important.
And that's a really powerful thought, that that information can always be accessed by the universe at that area through the plants and through the essence.
Hey, thank you for sharing that.
It's always nice when someone gets it.
Yeah.
My least favorite part of today would have had to have been, I was a little sleepy. I stayed up too late last night, so it was a struggle to keep on my game.
Morning.
The Gramassis really related to my first view that I had when I entered Wicca, that the goddess was an essence and energy within all things, and I really didn't give her a face or a character. I really just saw her as all. And their tradition really touches on viewing the goddess in this way and going back to more primal images and titles of the goddess that really hit home with me.
We're backing up to older views. Before humans began to personify deity, they understood them in more primal ways. And so we felt that backing that up closer to the roots and having terms like Lady of Shadow rather than a name is a more primal idea where humans haven't quite depicted her. This is like right before that period of time, right before the jump over to thinking the gods look like us. It's that moment before when we just understood a divine presence, but we really couldn't carve it into stone, literally.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, those are the old ideas, and anytime you isolate it, call it Caradwen or Diana or Thor or whatever you might call it, you're really slicing out a very finite piece of it. But in addition to that, you're also giving it a cultural identity or expression. So you're not only limiting divinity down to being a goddess of the moon, rather than of everything, you're also saying, and in this cultural view, whether it's Celtic or Roman, she's like this.
Today I was able to actually see the mandrake plant, and at some point during my studies, I want to take the time to really develop a relationship to a plant and really have that, and really share that spirit with a plant. And I do want to try growing a mandrake at some point.
So we want to talk to you about the mandrake. In old world witchcraft, the mandrake is called the sorcerer's plant, or the sorcerer's.
The roots are called the sorcerer root.
The sorcerer root. It is the main magical plant. It's the number one of all the magical plants. And when we planted it in this spot, it was probably about that long, and it actually did look like what you see the drawings of. In fact, there's a little drawing right on the front of this one that shows you. I mean, it really did look just like how they portray the mandrakes to be.
Now, one of the little teachings I'll share with you is, because we believe that there's a spirit attached to all plants, and mandrake as well, is that you can communicate with them, but you do so sort of in connection with how they work within nature itself. Because plants react to light. If you're working in the daytime, the first thing you do is you pass your hand over so that a shadow goes across the leaf. And then when the light comes back in, at night you would use a candle and then use your hand. So you're causing light to fall and shadow to pass. And then what you do to communicate with them is you start here on the edges of the veins of the leaf, and you start to work your way in. And as you do, you talk to the plant about its powers, or if you want it to heal, or whatever it might be. You just start talking to the plant. You work your way down all these veins as you begin to talk. Keep working your way, tracing the veins all the way down to the base. And then you touch down here, it's called the crown. The crown of a plant is right below the surface of the soil on a plant. And the crown is where life retreats to. The plant goes dormant, or like winter or whatever. So you put your fingers into the soil and you touch the crown, which is the life of the plant itself, life essence. And then you exhale upon the plant, so that your life breath goes into the soil. So your fingers are directing it inward. And this connects you in very intimate ways with the plant. And then what you do is you turn your hands around this way, and you come back up the leaf, like this. And what you're doing is you're pulling the communication up to you. You're allowing the plant now to feed back to you through all these veins. And then, depending on what you want, you can put it into the heart center, you can put it into your third eye, whatever you want, so that there's this idea of this intimate relationship. So what you would do is you would sit passively and quietly after you work your way back up and let the plant literally send this message, or what we call in my tradition, pass shadow to you. Now the mandrake plant, this is a very young one, but we have one that's 9 years old, and I'll show you a cutting.
9 years plus.
Yeah. Time moves on.
Yes.
9 years plus.
Yeah.
This is a cutting from one of the smaller roots, so you can see that it actually gets pretty thick. If you were to dig it up now, it would be probably twice that thick. But what you do is you cut one from your magical plant that you work with, like I do this morning, and you carry it in a pouch, and it's called the sorcerer's root. And the belief is that by carrying this herb root with me, it just keeps me in constant contact with the mandrake plant. And the mandrake plant that's alive keeps me in contact with everything that's living. So this is almost like a way to communicate with the magic spirit.
I wouldn't say that my definition of what it means to be a witch has changed, because talking to the Grimaces today really took me back on my path when I first began, on how open I was to the goddess and my views of the goddess. I find that I've somehow came to narrow my view on what the goddess is by calling her by certain titles. Freya, Athena, and I've really found that I'm narrowing her down, whereas when I first began I did not. And I think I'm going to be going back to doing that.
So the early rootedness of witchcraft is based upon this enchanted worldview, that nature is inhabited and empowered or enlivened by spirit beings within material forms. And so this is the idea where magic comes from too, that idea that there's an enchantment taking place. A witch is someone who can look behind. You know, a muggle looks at a tree and just sees a tree, you know, but a witch looks at a tree and sees a being and a consciousness there. It's a different way of looking at the world. So this is the idea of the enchanted world. So the traditional rooted things of witchcraft have to do with, you know, the way that witches looked at things, and they understood a certain order to nature. And so this order then became the traditional ways of understanding nature and working with it. So literally traditions formed around these ideas of nature. Today when we hear the word traditional or a tradition, a lot of people misunderstand that to be a shackle. You know, you're fenced in, it's stodgy, you know, you can't think outside of that, you know, they think it's all of that, like a ball and chain. But we look at it entirely differently. We look at tradition as being the foundation upon which you can build. So I like to give the analogy, if you came to me and I was a contractor, and you said, I need a house, and you had your plans and stuff, I would build you that house based upon traditional methods of how walls are joined and how beams are hooked and how you screw something in and how the plumbing works, right? I would build you a traditional, although the design may be different, I would build you a traditional structure, meaning it would hold and stand the test of time. But I would not tell you how to live inside of that house. What colors to paint your bedroom, you know, what drapes to use, because that's up to you. But I provide you with a tradition, a structure. And then within that, you can do whatever you need to do.
Stephanie Grimaldi reminds me of my aunt. Their house was wonderful, and I really haven't been able to be in a homey atmosphere since I've gotten to Salem. So it really brought me back home. And she offered us cookies, and then I kind of broke down after that. It really reminded me of the comforts of home.
Getting a little homesick.
She offered cookies, I just lost it.
Oh.
Southern hospitality, she misses it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually in a home. I'm getting hot tea, which is almost close to sweet tea.
I guess it was Eastern Pagan Pride. I commented then about how, you know, how, what's the word, collected you were, how, you know, normal you were, and how receptive you were. It was really, and just, I was really enthralled with the idea of doing this part with Tracy when she was talking to me about it, because you guys really kind of sold me on it. I mean, you were just so delightful. And today we've reaffirmed that in, you know, just your being here, being receptive, being open, asking questions, and you're all such wonderful young adults. And as Raven did say earlier, it's so nice to see the seeds that are going to be planted and are starting to grow. You're already planted, you're going to start to grow and be nurtured, and that you're looking for nourishment, you know, and that you have this opportunity doing this, you know, program to be able to be exposed to so many people, and I really, we want to thank you for being who you are too.
Absolutely.
And because we want to thank you for that, we have a little token for you today to take with you that we hope that you will see as something that really comes to mind that you can utilize throughout your journey. So I want to give each one of you one of these.
In our tradition, you always receive
with your left hand.
which
That's
is
the hand of
receptive,
receiving. So this, I hope you take and utilize in your journey, that you will keep it. This one I picked out especially for you. And Kristen, you also get one, my sweet, left hand. So let these keys be a symbol of you knowing that you hold the keys
to the doors that you want to unlock. And not only that, but you also hold the keys to doors you want to lock behind you. So just keep that in mind. And
nothing is ever closed or locked permanently to a key bearer. And so now you become the key bearers.
Live long and prosper.
Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure.
Alfred is a good kid who I think is very influential to this museum as a tour guide and a fellow employee. I'm not too worried about the fact that he has a crush on me, because I have things to do.
I didn't take her on the Ferris wheel, just so you know.
Yeah, it was closed.
But I did take her out to dinner. We went to...
Taste of Asia.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a porn movie.
I decided it was a date when we went to the restaurant. That's just me. But I don't know when you thought it was a date.
When he paid for it. When he paid for it.
What was the word you used? I got your permissions?
That's okay. You can cut that off.
No. No.
Yeah. No. It's gonna hit the ground. It's gonna hit the ground. I'm gonna punch you in your face. Are you done?
Oh, she's getting gold really early.
Do you want gold? Was that gold enough for you? Was that gold enough?
Is that right?
It was okay if it wasn't spontaneous and I was a little nervous because someone's camming me.
Just kissed her.
You missed it. We ran away from you, found a dark spot, and, you know, I was against the wall in no time. No. Damn, what's wrong with me? Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
There is nothing to not talk about because we did run away from you when we thought that you were going to film us, but then we kind of had to give into it because you kind of followed us around. Oh, wait, and before we left, though, Reverend Dawn insisted on telling her not to kill me.
Every dinner with the opposite sex guy I've had in Salem so far has ended up in the hospital.
Means I'm either really powerful or really lucky. Right?
Lucky. You're playing a dangerous game. Just having fun away from home, sorry. We went on a walk. It was nice. We walked up and down Essex Street until we couldn't find anything else to do. We went out to eat. We talked. We came back to the museum. Katrina came out the door, ran after us, said she had to film us, and we ran away. It was a little too quick, and I was nervous, so I couldn't focus on it. I don't like unfocused kissing, but that's what happened. But I'll make up for it, don't worry.
Date with Lexi. Okay, yeah, okay. Didn't actually think it was gonna be a real date, but turned out good, I guess. Yeah, little good time. Took her out to eat, walked around Essex Street, talked about a lot, and apparently I'm the first guy to survive a full night with her, quite literally. Well, I mean, like, yeah, I suppose I'd like to ask her on a second date. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Quite frankly. You come to a place to work and then all of a sudden, hey, you're interested in somebody there, and then you kind of, sort of kiss on camera. And yeah, we did indeed kiss before we were on camera. That happened. As far as being here at work, would it cause tension? No, is my gut feeling, because both of us are professional at work. I mean, I came here to work originally thinking that I would just be, you know, a fun tour guide and maybe get back into Wicca, which thankfully I did. So, I don't want to screw that up, certainly not. And if anything bad was to happen, then, well, I'll deal with it then, but I will remain professional. So, conflict of interest, to sum it all up? No. Yeah, I heard a rumor that was going around that Danielle maybe might have had a crush on me? What's all that about? I have no idea. But yeah, no. We laughed about it because obviously I'm very interested in Lexi. And Danielle seems to be interested in the same gender as far as what she told me. For right now, anyway.
I don't like Alfred. I like ideas. I love ideas, not people. I find him to be a great boy toy, that's it. I mean, seriously, what do you want me to say? I wish Danielle the best of luck with Alfred. She needs it.
What about that? I said, you guys are all hung up on sex and you can't hold your liquor. What is
Hey, I am not hung up on sex.
Coming to?
Hello!
Hi. Pleasure to meet you. This is Caitlin. Danielle. And this is Lexi. And this is Raven the Shaman.
Welcome!
I thought Caldera was pretty cool. I love the shamanism that he does and everything he talked about.
I'm a Northern Tradition shaman, which means that my particular tradition of shamanism died out a long time ago. It was from Northern Europe. And by the time they even got around to writing down any of the old pagan religions, it was already gone. So there's a bunch of us who are reconstructing that, and we're doing it from talking to the spirits themselves, the gods and the spirits of that place and of other places. Even if all the human knowledge dies out, the spirits still remember it. Because in most cases, they were the ones who taught it to us, even as far back as the caveman era, the Paleolithic era. So we've had to learn this all over again. So this is the shamanism of my ancestors.
The most interesting part was probably when he was explaining everything, drawing on his drum and what it meant and how to use it for divination.
My drum's name is Talu. That means story, or tale, or accounting in Old Anglo-Saxon. And she's got the world tree and the 9 worlds on it, from the land of the dead all the way up to the realm of the sky gods. And the other little symbols on her are, because she's a divinatory drum, you hold her like this, and someone would put an item like a ring, or their keys, or some small thing on top of it, and then you strike her from underneath a certain number of times, and it moves around, and wherever it stops is a message. So if anyone would like to try it, if anyone's got a personal item. Okay?
Are you doing close-up, Don?
You're on the labyrinth. So the labyrinth is a journey down to the depths of the unconscious. It means that you're going to be doing some exploring and some moving into your own depths. And there's things down there that need to be excavated. So, yeah.
I learned how shamans speak to spirits of the land, of the earth, of plants, and work with them and develop relationships with them to help others.
Is that it's working with spirits. Some of those spirits are big enough that we might call them gods. Some of them are small enough, are like the spirit of that little wild raspberry plant right there, and also the spirit of the overarching wild raspberry grandmother. Some of them are plant spirits, some of them are animal spirits, some of them are spirits of place, like the land spirit that's under our feet, who's a friend of mine. And shamanism is the art of making friends with them, or alliances anyway, having relationships with them and being in right relationship with them, and having them do things for you and doing things for them in turn. So it's a network of relationship with entities, and that's what's different about this kind of, I suppose you could say, magic.
I also learned that with positive sexuality, you need to be whole and very accepting of your own body and of the earth and your relationship to Mother Earth and your body.
But I really advise people to get in right relationship with your own flesh first, and have there be nothing about your flesh that you're ashamed of. Nothing about it that you're ashamed of, or that you'd really rather not have. You have to be able to love your body.
I would say that I'm very accepting of myself now. I used to have image issues when I was a teenager, but I'm really growing into accepting me for who I am. And I'm learning to accept that people like me for who I am naturally, and not what I try to just project to the world.
But I was pushed into sex magic as a way to do this. And through that, I came into, I had to come into a right relationship with my own body.
I grew into having a positive body image by trusting myself and loving myself, and really finding trust with my relationships and knowing that others loved me as well, and that really helped me to grow and to see that I am a valued person and that I am who I am, and Freya loves me for it.
And also with the bodies of my partners. And that got me to thinking about sexuality and in the pagan demographic, how that works. And we are probably, as neo-pagans, and I am a neo-pagan, we are probably one of the most sex-positive religions around, but we still have a lot of baggage. We carry an awful lot of baggage, often from our upbringings.
It takes a lot of trust to really take down these barriers, and I've always had barriers where I wouldn't accept anyone's love, that I wouldn't accept that anyone cared for me. And I'm really learning how to bring those down and to realize that I'm a great person, I deserve it as well.
And also, sometimes we err too far on the side of not taking responsibility. And that's something that I'd like to see more of in the pagan demographic, is people finding that balance between being okay with, not just okay with sex, but celebrating it as sacred.
It's really bringing me out of my shell for me to be who I am and to love every moment of it and love life and love those around me more fully.
Picture their body as a world, as a land with mountains and trees and streams and rivers, and the blood streams, all the circulatory system is rivers, and the bones are mountains, and so forth, and the various glands are wells and springs.
I'm going to incorporate a lot that Raven Caldera taught us today, because as a shaman he talks to a lot of spirits, and so do I, because I like mediumship. Though some would say there's a bit of a difference in how a shaman and a medium speak to the spirits and hold the spirits. But today I've really realized that I need to start leaving a lot more offerings for the land and for those that I call upon. And I really need to start giving a part of, and giving back as I receive, because the spirits have been very good to me and have really blessed my life, and it's the least I can do.
So, have any of you ever felt like you contacted or talked to any of the spirits of nature?
I keep in constant contact. That's one thing that moving away from the south, I haven't had much contact with Spirit of the Earth.
Because it's not the land you're used to.
No, I'm having to get to know the beings around here. It's very different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something that whenever I go to a new part of the country, I always sort of check out the land spirits, and they're very unfamiliar. I went to the Southwest for the first time last year, and I was thinking, wow, they're different over here.
It's new connections you have to make too. I feel like my connections there help me here, but I'm having to restructure the way I feel.
Yeah. And the plants are different, and the animals are different, which changes things.
There's a couple more spirits that I wish to work with a little more and leave more offerings for. One is my patron deity, Freya, and I've neglected her for some time. Though I have given her energy, and I speak about her every day, and I pray to her every day, I feel like I need to do something more literal, more physical for her.
I realize that not all neo-pagans even believe in gods, but I encourage people to give it a try, to even if you're not sure that anyone will do anything or will answer, even if you can't hear an answer, they listen, they hear, they know. I encourage people to make offerings and to understand that right relationship, even with gods, is a matter of showing them that you care and showing them that you want to do something for them and giving them whatever offerings that come to you as appropriate. Sometimes you can do research and you can find that out, what they would have liked. Sometimes you just gotta wing it and say, okay, this is what I've got. I've got something, I've got this food, I've got this drink, and I'm going to share it with you.
Another thing is I am learning how you can turn sexual energy into more positive things and really take the sexual energy, hormones and all of that that's backed up, and you can really channel it into your ideas, your projects, to make a great outcome.
There's all sorts of paths, and one of them is the sex magic path, the path of the flesh, which is using sexual energy. And these are paths a lot of people don't want to think about. And the Spirit's kind of pushed me at them because nobody gets to use all the tools. None of us are good at everything.
And no, I will not be doing this with Alfred. No. I just told him, don't have feelings for me, because I'm not looking for feelings. And I basically told him that I was poly, and he's just one of many, and he can either suck it up and continue with the relationship, or go somewhere else. He's a cute kid, he really is. He thinks he's dominant, and it's kind of cute, because I'm dominating the relationship, so it's like, you know,
Nice to meet you, I'm Rob Fitz.
I'm Lexi.
Lexi, nice to meet you. I do makeup on films a lot of times, so you're in good hands. I'm going to place it in the bag. Now I'm going to mold it onto your teeth, right? Right on your canine. I'll show you what I got.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
Close your mouth. Can you talk?
Yeah, I think I can.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Cool.
And then you are good to go. Happy biting.
I'm gonna end up biting myself. Okay. I'm standing in line for the vampire ball. I'm excited. I haven't been to a social event since I've been here, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the dancing. But I guess I am asking for it, but it's just sexy and it works. And it was all it was all under $100, so I'm happy. I've been enjoying dancing. I
on! This is all in honor of Cole Rowe of last year's Vampires Ball. Woo!
Lexi, where are you gonna put this clown?
In the museum, like I said I would.
Why?
Because
Where?
It's a clown, it deserves it, and Tracy deserves to be a little scared. If I step on glass, that's gonna suck, but you know what? It's worth it.
Where in the museum are you going to put this clown?
I don't know yet. Probably Temple Room. Okay, round the corner where no one can see me. I'm stealing a clown.
What the fuck is that?
Damn, Greene, tell me. We're taking this to the museum. I stole it.
So we can have nice things. It really is why we can have nice things. Things like this. I got nothing. At least royals go into a good place. Don't look at me like that. Don't even. I have nothing to do with this whole scenario. I am an innocent bystander. It's too creepy for even reality TV that I'm an innocent bystander, let me tell you.
Oh shit, run!
That's it! No, it's time!
Alexis, I love you! Run! Walkers of the night!
Come on.
Nope, you're an accessory now.
I'm an accessory now. It's too late. It's too late for me. Kids, stay in school.
I stole the clown in honor of Cole Rowe. Hell yeah! Sorry.
I have no idea what is going on.
But you're an accessory.
None. Now I'm an accessory. This is what I get. Women in balloons running by me. I just show up. It's just, it seems like the right thing to do. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
I did it, and I'm admitting it.
She did it. Not me.
But you're an accessory. You helped her get in the door.
Like a nice handbag.
Can you take off? Welcome to Salem. Only this shit happens in Salem.
I got nothing. I got nothing for you, America, and the rest of the world. I got nothing. I just saw a goddamn clown fly down the street held by a woman in what can only be described as scantily clad attire. Okay, sexy scantily clad attire nevertheless, but still, I got nothing for you. I mean, I generally follow that when it happens. So, if I were a newsman and the news was just scantily clad women running down the street with giant balloon clowns, I would be the next goddamn Dan Rather, I swear to God.
How the hell did it even get in here? Who did that?
What do you think, Lexi? And I'm gonna pop that bitch.
Where is she?
No!
Where the hell is that? How did you get that in here, Lexi? Daniel Greene will help.
We found him on the street.
What the hell?
You found it on the street?
Okay, today's October 29th, biggest day of the year, biggest day, period. Here's what we're doing. Today, Danielle, every unless you get swamped over beyond anything else, everybody who wants a sampler reading, our barber's going to be a sampler reading for $5. Line them up behind Danielle. And we'll line them up back there. Alfred, I want you to be watching our as much as you can, I want you to watch our timings of our psychics. That's the number one thing that bleeds us. And help me sort out at the door. What I want you to do, if they just want a tarot reading, get them to that desk as fast as you can and sign them to the very next tarot reader. Very cool. Melissa, you're good with them. You're going to be watching the tour. You're going to be talking them into the tour. And I don't care if tours $5 and up. You can talk them into tours. That's what you're going to do. And I want you basically in this area, the $5 block in the jewelry area. Lexi, you're good behind the desk, and you're good as a barker. So you'll be going between those two things. As well as everybody's, yes, free hugs, and maybe something else.
This sounded horrible.
Like $5 readings.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about. $5 marketing, $5 readings out there. They're going to be more than.
Role models.
There's going to be more than 40,000 people out there, and our job is going to be drawing them in as best we can.
Very busy, very exciting. Halloween, Samhain.
Thank you for taking that off our hands.
Does she also go?
And like I said, she will make a deal with you. You know.
And they figured that these statues actually depicted something more universal.
So the shop is doing pretty well at this point, and I've really enjoyed it. I love keeping on the pace, and we've been doing tour after tour, and I'm really excited. Today's been a great day, and the shop is full at the moment, and you know, I am excited, and it's not even halfway through.
Witches are evil, actually. They're bad people. They shouldn't be on the planet. But they're part of God, so we have to love them.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Truth be told, no. Inside we're all witches, so whether we wear a costume or not.
So let me show you how I can bring a ring that my mother gave me from my body, because my mother is always with me. All right? Ready? Oh, there it goes. Ooh. There it is.
Wow.
Let's try and bring another one. Do you think I can do it? Do you think I can do it?
Yeah, we're not out of here until 6 o'clock.
Oh.
Hello. Hi.
God, you guys see that?
What's the chance of this, right?
That's so cool.
But she has a cool cape. And I like her cape.
Yeah.
Sure. Wasn't that really
Cool.
magic?
John, can you help me? She's asking me.
A witch?
Yeah.
A witch is a priestess of the pagan religion.
It's true, they're real.
Witches are real.
Do any of them look like real witches? John, I need a second opinion.
Yes.
Definitely a witch. Possibly a warlock.
Bye, guys. Bye.
I can't turn the car off.
Oh yeah, guys. Psychotic, perhaps. But I don't know about a witch.
More like
maybe a witch someday. Probably just a little constipated. Definitely constipated. And back to the warlock.
Yeah.
I don't know. You think you could be a wizard?
Yeah.
A smile like that?
Yeah.
All right, wizard it is. Witch.
Yeah, she's good. I like the candlelight there.
To recap, wizard, warlock, witch, deranged,
That's not very.
constipated.
You probably shouldn't show them this.
Hi, may I ask who you are for the witch's ball this evening?
Just a witch.
Just a witch? The best thing to be?
That's absolutely right.
Well, is this your first year here?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And are you excited?
I'm good. Yes.
Very good. And what are you looking forward to the most?
Just enjoying being here in Salem for Halloween.
Awesome. Well, welcome and have a wonderful time here in Salem. And that, so far, is everyone who's came in costume. And wow, what a wonderful group of people. And I'm so excited to be here this evening.
Oh, I got so much trouble.
You
as well.
Just like an elf.
I love dancing to Jenna Greene's music, and she did the theme song for us, which was a really cool song. She was a great performer too, so that was fun. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite parts so far, dancing to Jenna Greene.
Well, it's been very fun so far. I've lost a couple of items like my hairpin, my shoes, and my wings, but all in the fun, I guess.
My readings went wonderfully. I had a fabulous night. I had lots of wonderful readings.
celebrates our ancestors, celebrates everybody that brought us where we are, passes on, nourishes the ground, feeds the food, and feeds once again. So, you have to help us, right?
Until all of us can understand that all of our ancestors are the same regardless of where you're from, there won't be peace in the world, so I have to say it. That was beautiful, that was great. We're all sweaty from dancing all night long. We've been having a blast.
It's Halloween weekend. Yes, it is. I'm so excited.
The witch's ball has been going great. I'm starting to get a little tired. It's past my bedtime. I've been dancing all night long. And it is now 12:02 a.m. It's snow.
Say that again?
This is like the first time that I've actually got to play in real snow. It's snowing in Salem and it's freaking cold. It's snowing. Sorry. You have snow on you. Yes, I do. Look at that.
I'm going home.
I think the snow is really pretty. Like me. But it's a little cold. It's just for me. The snow is coming down just for me.
You're fired. This was supposed to be the big weekend for the young witches. Last night was supposed to be like them going out into the crowds. The rain, the sleet, snow is just too dangerous. And all we can do now is hope. The city is plowing, as you can see. Yeah, this is October 30th, folks.
All Hallows Eve in the Halloween capital of the world.
How's the day been going?
It's been alright so far. It's kind of cold out there, although it's sunny, but there's snow on the ground. It's a white Halloween.
I'm doing okay. It's a little interesting today. Energy's weird, but flowing. So it's better than
We're trying our hardest to get everything sold, get everything going, clear the shelves, and make this a wonderful day for the World of Witches Museum.
Do you think it's busy enough for the shop?
Oh, I wish it were busier, but yeah.
A little cold, but it's been a pretty exciting day because I've been outside doing the barking.
Where did Danielle go?
Hi, just enjoying Halloween. Just puttering about town, and I'll be dressed normally for the ritual tonight. I'm excited for that. I won't be doing readings today because I made other plans for the holiday. I have a couple of guests from out of town, and I wanted to show them the Halloween season in style. I did think today that showing my friends a good time was better than was more important than doing readings. I will be in for the ritual tonight, dressed in robes, and be participating in it. It's one of the most fun times of the year. Happy Halloween, be safe.
It does seem strange. I mean, this was her last day to do tarot. To do her runes and tarot, and I know she needed to make some money on that. So I don't know.
So how do you think today's going?
Today's going well. I think yesterday was a little bit busier. The snow has really cut down business, but that's okay. We are making up for it. We're having a going out season sale, and I really can't wait to see how this pans out to the evening.
So how many people have been to a ritual before? Well, for those of you who haven't, tonight is Salem, the Festival of the Ancestors. And we will be having a ritual in their honor. But first, we do have an announcement. For those who have been following the Young Witches, it is felt that only one of the Young Witches has completed all of the assignments in the best possible manner. In token of which, we shall award this ring, which formerly belonged to the Lady Crystal, first priestess, retired of the Corellian tradition, and which portrays the triple goddess. Lexi, will you come forward? We present you this ring. Behold, in the name of the ancestors, in the name of Goddess and of God, may you be blessed in your journey forward. May your heart be open, may your eyes be open, may the road be unlocked. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Congratulations.
You're not going to give me a try.
I can pitch you.
Lexi, what are you going to do now? Go to Disney World?
I thought it was great. This was my first Sabbath with a group of pagans, so this was pretty awesome for me. I'm very excited for Lexi. It's just a really big deal. She definitely deserves it. She's the one who has been doing it all. I mean, she has been here. She's been running around like crazy. Not that everyone else hasn't been working their butts off this month, but it's really great for her, and I'm happy.
Show up. We want more people.
Ancestors were there.
My mom had friends who weren't really her friends anymore that were practicing.
So what was-
Show up at the house and do ritual. So
It was a nice ritual.
high school.
I was very happy with the ritual. It was very interesting to see all these elders of the tradition getting together to help honor the ancestors, as well as being a part of that by calling them quarters. I enjoyed it very much, and I'm very pleased and happy for Lexi.
Oh, nice.
So it was very, my mind is going like, oh yeah, and I fed my ancestors.
Dawn could tell you who was there.
Lady Tracy fed my ancestors, so that was fun.
After dealing with this place during Halloween and being on the floor with a bunch of the customers, the camera really is painless. It's absolutely nothing for me to be in front of the camera right now after having to be very excited and ready to sell something to a customer and making your customer happy. I can deal with the camera. I thought the ritual was very moving. I like Samhain because obviously I've lost my mother when I was little, so it's a time to really let me think about her without having to, obsess over her and my loss and her crossing the veil all throughout the year. So Samhain is the chance that I actually have to connect with her. Funny enough, rings are really big with me. I'm the only one in my family to have 3 generations. My great-grandmothers, my grandmothers, and my mothers. On both my father's and my mother's side of the family. To be given a ring from my tradition kind of follows in that same line that I've had going on with my family. So it's really, the ring itself has the triple goddess on it in all 3 of her forms, and it's really, it means a lot. It's an ongoing pattern. The universe has really made it an ongoing pattern with me, and I'm honored to have my mother's ring and all of my family rings, and to have a ring from my tradition as well. Means a lot. I was honored to be recognized for the Young Witches. It's hard for me to accept gifts, and because I'm not really used to it. So when they honored me, it was a little touching, and I had to stop myself from crying in ritual. But I have worked hard, and I've given my 100%, and I wish everyone was able to give their 100% to this project for what it means. I wasn't expecting to receive a gift, especially a ring from Lady Crystal of the Corellian tradition. And Reverend Don Lewis gave me that, and that's really touching when it comes from your tradition, your family, your people, and the leader of your people. I don't know how to put it in words how really honoring it really is. it's life-changing. It leaves a imprint on your life, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, we're still in the middle.
We dare not fall asleep till the promise of a gentle dawn, away the spirits creep. Another Samhain come and gone, but we will not forget their loving presence here. Those who've gone before us will honor all the year. Light the sacred fires, hold your lover tight. Welcome now the spirits of old Samhain nights. Light the sacred fires, hold your lover tight. Welcome now the spirits of old Samhain nights. So hold your lover tight and walk now in a sweet dream through old Samhain nights, where things are never right.